This is The Last Train to Margaretville, written and narrated by Paul Levinson. Margaretville is a good 2.5-hour car ride from New York City. A train would no doubt have been a little faster, but the last train to Margaretville arrived in 1942. Now, all these years later, in the second decade of the 21st century, the only way to get in and out of Margaretville was still just by bus or car. Well, that and walking if you weren't going too far. And there's also that spot in the forest. I was not too far from it now, sitting on a hill as a soft rain made dimples on the lake below. It wasn't strong enough to do the job. I needed to swim in the lake in an all-out pouring rain before I could proceed to the forest. To wash yourself clean, she had told me. Like that old Fleetwood Mac song, right? Margaretville had still not fully recovered from the floods caused by the hurricane 3 years ago in 2011. Those raging brooks had come down from the mountains and washed many a campsite, many a house, not just clean, but clean away. But not the spot in the forest, which apparently had been able to take care of itself. I walked back slowly to the house as the sun set. I had purchased it just a year ago from a New Jersey dentist who had summered here. He, in turn, had purchased the house from a farmer whose father had built the house back in the 1930s. I learned about the spot in the forest from an old surveyor's map, hand-drawn, dated 1932, apparently made just prior to the house being built. There was a little square on the map marked House, likely where a previous structure had stood and where the current house resided. The lake was clearly marked, as were the tree lines. And well beyond one of those lines, at the very edge of the survey map, was a strange sign, an amalgam of tiny angles upon angles. It was from a language or culture unknown to me, and just cried out for investigation. I never found out if the dentist had known about it. He had moved with no forwarding address from his place in New Jersey. Even in this digital day and age, there was no record.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?